We're back again. This is part two of Train Sim World 4, and this is the Peterborough to Doncaster freight run. The first part I did last week. That was Peterborough to Calton Down Passenger Loop. So we stopped in there. We're driving 66-1, so Ocean Network Express. Our train is 4 Echo 26, and the scenario is actually called Dollansmore to Scunthorpe Redbourne Sidings Part 2. We are 860.2 tonnes. We are empty, and we are running 24 BBA wagons. So anybody knows, Scunthorpe is obviously a steel industry area, and that is where we would be going with our empty BBA empties. Lengthwise, we're just setting up the train length system. So we are 1,357.6 feet in length. For the ones that don't know, this scenario, if I stayed in the train in part one, I would have had to wait here for 20 minutes. That's right, 20 minutes. 20 minutes we would have had to wait. Also, regarding the sound, there you go, there's the loco. So Ocean Network Express. And regarding the sound, I do run it on a surround sound system, so I don't know if that's going to implement at all any issues recording it playing it through just a normal stereo system. So now I'm not too sure if there are any scenarios heading down from Doncaster, let's say with a loaded steel train at all. So just opening the doors, because obviously it's a beautiful warm day. Now obviously you can tell I'm not a professional train driver, because obviously I didn't put the lever in forward at all. So we'll just edit that out, and that is absolutely fine. So sit back and relax. Before we really get going, I would just like to say a massive thank you to everyone who has liked, subscribed and viewed the videos. And obviously if you've left a comment, I shall get back to you very soon. Now the speed limit over these points is 25 miles an hour, and the level crossing that we're going to be going over is Oslington Road. This little quick screenshot, we are 66,587. So for the ones that don't know, this is East Coast Main Line, Peterborough to Doncaster on Train Sim World 4. I have now uploaded Train Sim World 5, so it does work on Train Sim World 5, and it has all the latest updates as well. Now you heard the train length button go off. Basically I wanted to make sure that the train had left the point so I could get up to line speed, and this bridge that we're going under is actually the A1. have an Azuma train heading down to Peterborough. For the ones that don't know, this is a PS4 Pro, so obviously it won't be as smooth as a PS5 Pro. I will be moving to a PS5 Pro very soon. Just the simple fact is, some of the latest games have reduced timetables because obviously the PS4 Pro can't cope with the amount of trains in the game. So I will be moving to the PS5 Pro soon. Obviously with the PS5 Pro and obviously better consoles and even PC, obviously the countryside will be filled with more trees and bushes, etc. But it still looks stunning on the PS4. So if you don't know, on the top left you have the start time, which is 14:29. Oh, so that's the actual time. The arrival time is 15:02. Obviously moving along you have the blue bar, and that will start counting down. That is basically for the distance until we stop. And then obviously you have stop at location, and you would next have the speed of the train, and the one in the circle is obviously the speed limit of this or on this track. So my train is 4 Echo something or other, and the 4 represents it can do line speed or up to the speed of this loco, which is 75 miles an hour. And then obviously next to that you have the gradient. We're currently going uphill. This next bridge that we're coming up to is a railway bridge. If you go to the right, I think it becomes eventually disused and it goes into a small freight yard, and then it goes into the north, I think the north of Lincoln. If you go left, it was technically a spur from the East Coast main line that we are on that would have joined this line, but as far as I'm aware, it is a network rail test facility. But if you continue along the line, it actually links up at Shirebrook. Our next town, ladies and gentlemen, our next station is Retford. We are just about to go over 2 stations in Retford. The first one is underneath us, and the line to the east actually goes to Burton Power Station and to a substation as well. But if you go towards the Burton Power Station, it goes up towards Gainsborough as well. If you there is a spur off this line, East Coast Main Line, to get down to that line, and that is just north of the station. And if you head west on that line, that will take you eventually to Worksop. This is the entire map of the route. Yes, it is pretty impressive. It is about 73 miles in total length. See where the orange is, that is the destination. That is obviously Doncaster, and the white is where we are. And obviously we have just left Retford. Now the double yellow aspect orange, obviously this is telling me that we are slowing down. We are coming off the main line and we're going to be entering the outskirts of Doncaster, and I'm not too sure what it's actually called, but it is a fiddle yard, if you like, with multiple sidings in there, and I think the Royal Mail used to be situated there. I'm not too sure if it still is. So we're bringing the speed down. I think the speed limit around the corner, so we're going off round to the left, I think that is 50 miles an hour. So 50 miles an hour, so obviously we were doing around about 70, 72. So we need to bring that down to 50 miles an hour, sorry. So obviously you can see on the map, there we go, coming off the main line. We're going to work our way round to the left and then bear round to the right, so we're going to go through some trees. And the main road that we went under is the M18, and it runs around the outskirts of Doncaster. In all its glory. Empty wagons though, which is a bit of a shame. So the double lines that we're coming up to now, believe it or not, if you turned right, eventually it will take us all the way down to Gainsborough. There you go, there's a 50 mile an hour board. We're coming up to the two tracks. Like I say, if you could go right, that will take you down to Gainsborough. We will head under and leave two more tracks. If you went right, it would obviously take you, not obviously, but it would take you through the outskirts of Doncaster and join the main line back on the other side. And if you went left, that would take you all the way back down to Worksop eventually. So we've been diverted through the fiddle yard. Fiddle yard is still 50 miles an hour, and our final destination is actually near Doncaster train station. Building on the left, that is where I believe Royal Mail is or was based. prime location. There we have silver J&As to both sides of us. Also have the green light and the feather as well to indicate that we're moving across. I would like to think that if and when I do get a PS5, that this yard would be a lot more busier with freight trains and locos. I think a lot of the trains that you're seeing, so I think is it the MFA wagons, the EWS MFA wagons, also with the container trains, a lot of those are actually scenarios that you can run. And we are still under the double yellows. There you go, there's a little bit of an aerial view of the yard. I would like to think, like I say, in the PS5 that the yard would be more full. We've now come down to a single yellow, so obviously now we have to expect that the next signal will be red. So we're just bringing the speed of the loco and train down. Obviously blue band has obviously now turned to orange, so obviously now it's counting down the distance, not in figures, just obviously in the bar to where we have to stop. Obviously have the map as well, showing the place where we have to stop at. All the points are already set in scenarios. We've gone back up to double yellows. Not that I'm going to gain any speed, because obviously we are coming to a stop. And the two bridges that we're going under, the first one is the A630, and you also have the A18 as well, obviously main roads going through Doncaster. Also have another Azuma heading down to Peterborough. Now when I first played this mission and I tried to record it, believe it or not, the weather changed. There is custom weather, and it does what it does. Sometimes it will rain, sometimes it will snow, and it will also change. It will also change to the day that you are playing on. So if you play, like I'm narrating this on Wednesday the 20th of November, and I played the game on the 20th of November, the game would actually say the 20th of November. And if I was playing it in mid-December, there would be a very high chance that it could actually snow in the game. Obviously we've just gone past the single aspect yellow, and our orange bar is nearly empty, so that means we're getting close. Now I do have to be very careful. Unfortunately I have done Doncaster to Peterborough before, and I've had to stop in every single loop on the way down to Peterborough, and the last signal, believe it or not, I had a spad. That is correct. I spent over an hour and a half, it's about an hour and 45 minutes, you know, pulling over for all the passenger trains and everything, and then right at the last signal I pulled through it by accident. I couldn't stop in time. So yeah, so that was a little bit annoying, especially after the time I've spent in it. So obviously I need to be extra careful coming up to these lights. The advantage is it's not raining, it's not snowing, or nor is it foggy. So it's a nice sunny day. There we go. We're coming into the stop. There we go. We've stopped the train. There we go. That was Newark siding, or it was actually Calton. Is it Calton? Calton Down Passenger Loop to Doncaster. I just want to say, if you've enjoyed the video, please obviously consider giving it a like and a subscribe. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has. We are now over 1,000 subscribers. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's joining me on this journey of, be it Train Sim World or models or building a layout, which I will be doing, just not yet. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. See you later.